Record. All right, guys. Well, this is our weekly. Oh, the Facebook Live's not quite ready yet. There we go. Now I think we're going. So this is our weekly team mastermind, team think tank, whatever you want to call it, getting together here talking about our vision, purpose, and excellence. And we've got some fun things that we're going to be talking about tonight. We've got some new folks that have joined us that are possibly going to be joining our mission to get America healthy. One of the fun things about that is what I've been working on these last probably 2 years, is working with folks that are like-minded, that have a kind of a natural connection. Personally, I use a wheelchair, so I thought, what if I worked with cool people in wheelchairs? And I started developing a team of those kinds of minded, awesome people. And so I have, of course, Angie's joined us, and she's been working with me for a little while. And Jessie is joining us. I don't know if she's going to be able to talk tonight, but she's here, going to be listening in. I got another person, Anthony, who's looking to join in as well, that I met at camp. We got Eric, and I'm just kind of trying to inspire you guys to think about the kind of people you want to work with. Who would you want to be in a mastermind with? Who would you want to go and make a difference in the world with? And start hanging around those people, start connecting with them, start finding out what makes them tick and makes their heart sing, and then start building something cool, because there's some really fun people out there to work with. Tonight we're going to talk a little bit about, maybe even a lot, about a couple of things that are up and coming. One of the things is the idea of the challenge that we're in, the 28-day challenge. That's coming to a the final week here. We're day one of the final week. We've had some great success there, and talking about what's next. And then I wanted to go over a couple of things to basically come alongside people during this holiday season and create. I think about the idea, I was going to create some bumpers, and the idea for people's health is, right now this is the season of gutter balls, right? Or you plan on doing well, and you go to an event and pumpkin pie jumped in your mouth. It just happened, right? Whatever that might look like for you, grandma's famous stuffing, whatever it might look like for you. One of the things that they said, Sam said, is a lot of times many of us are actually working hard, and we've made some good progress in our own personal health journey. And you get around, maybe one of your clients is doing awesome, and they get around Aunt Mabel, and Aunt Mabel says, "You're skinny enough, eat some of this pie," right? So what are ways that we can kind of put those gutter bumpers up and help people to keep their health on track through this amazing time of community and connection, but also a time that's reasonably threatening to our health. And so we're going to talk a little bit about some ideas of things that you can do where people are very much interested in keeping whatever health they have, and potentially even starting over. So I'm curious to toss this out to you guys, what you're noticing, and what you're enjoying about, what's your favorite part of the current health challenge, the 28-day challenge that we're in as we begin our final week. Who wants to start? What are some wins you've had for you or people you're working with? Diane, thank you for volunteering. What would you like to say?
Well, I just love the level of excitement and engagement that's going on in the group. That's something that takes a lot of time to create, because I've tried to do it on my own in other groups. And this is happening because of the joint effort of everyone that we see on the screen, I believe. So
Mhm.
that's what I'm really excited about.
Yeah. Awesome. Great. How about you, Darla? By the way, fantastic background. I see you. What are you noticing that you're loving? Or that's maybe just bringing value in your own life too, your own journey?
I keep muting myself. Um, well, I know that I'm feeling more engaged in my own journey. I'm working on my own personal health goals, and for the part of the clients, I've made more connections with people than I have the month before.
Mhm.
Um, I haven't made gotten anybody to jump off the fence yet and join me, but I'm planting seeds and
Yep.
I'm making my way that way.
Yep. That's awesome. It's inevitable. That word is really powerful and really intentional. It's inevitable that as you provide some safety and a process and maybe a vehicle for people to get into that they can move where they want to go, it's inevitable that they're going to show up. You just keep stopping in front of the house and you open the door and you go, "Are you ready yet? Are you come on, this bus is going to sunny places." And eventually they're going to run out and get in the bus. It's just
Well, I
inevitable.
have found that I'm a little braver with contacting the people that I had contacted before, and I have a call with a couple who have chatted with me about it at some point. Done
Mhm.
a health assessment, but they want more information, and they're gonna chat
Yep.
with me again. Who knows?
Yep.
We'll see.
That here and thank you there, Darla. When people ask you for more information, sometimes that's a smoke screen, and sometimes it's a smoke screen. So most of the time, it's a smoke screen. So one of the ways that we handle those smoke screens is the reality is what they want is to feel better, but something is just kind of in the way of them that. And one of the things that I love, and Harold Prestonbach talked about this, he said, when you've gone through the process and you've made clear, our program is very, very simple. It's got 4 components: health coaching, that's one-on-one partnership. I don't know if you've had a good coach or a bad coach in your past, but the kind of work that we do is partnership. We come alongside somebody, we reach a hand out, and we help them over that next step. That's what we do. It's fantastic. It's so good. And our goal, actually, their goal becomes our goal. It's so good. It's not what we want, it's what they want to help them get there. So, health coaching. The second is a structured, comprehensive, means it contains everything necessary, process of moving people. You plug them in here, and they come out in a year and their life is smiling more. It's a structured process of coaching somebody, and you don't need a counseling degree. You don't need a coaching degree. You don't need to know all about motivational interviewing and all the rest of that mumbo jumbo. You plug them in and you support them, and it just happens. That's really fantastic. The third is community. We have some community here, don't we? One of the reasons why coaches actually have 5 times better success at not only getting to their goal weight, but keeping it off is because we are connected to another community. All of us are someone's client, and we're all coaches, or most of us are coaches. So we have 2 communities. We have our client community, and then we have our coaching community. And community rules, right? And the fourth one is, since everybody eats, we need a simple way to get what's necessary in a tasty amount, and it's got to be convenient. It's just very, very simple and practical. So when someone says, "I need more information," the response is, "I'm sorry, Darla. I must not have done a very good job at explaining our simple program. Let me go through it just again because I'm not sure which one of the components you didn't understand." So we got coaching, we got the habits of health system that takes about a year to go through, and it's a blast. You'll uncover so many blind spots that your life will get better. It's a community, people commonly unified together to grow healthier. And it's a simple structured eating plan to help you get to a healthy weight, and then a different strategy to help you keep the weight off for the rest of your life. Now, which one of those did you need more information on? And it probably won't be that they need more information. Probably they just need to make a decision. And so what I would say is, here's what I'm going to do. What is it? How close are we to you jumping in so that you can be down 20 pounds by January? Right? You may want to offer some type of incentive. I like the idea. My referral incentives for people sending me clients is usually 25. I'd love to make that 50 for the holidays. That's an easy thing to do. Make it sweeter for them. And they can even actually send the whole referral to the person they're referring to give them $50 off their first order to get them involved. That's a neat idea. How would you like to give somebody your referral incentive? I don't know. That sounds fun. So anyway, those are we kind of took a beeline there for folks that say, I need more information. It's not more information that's going to help them get healthier. It's a decision to chase what they want, to go after their dreams, to begin today and not wait another month or another couple of months. Because after all, everybody knows it's easier to get healthy in January. Not really. There's nothing different. Your body won't know any difference between January 1st and December 1st. Actually, just be about 8 pounds heavier, possibly. Anyhow, moving on. Who else? Values, takeaways from our current challenge that you're loving. How about you, Patty? What are you seeing?
Well, I'm seeing a lot of great things. Just connecting with people authentically, which is great. Just reaching, it's just making it easier to start conversations and to get connected with people.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the mindset. I love this week's mindset videos.
Yeah, good. Awesome. By the way, I just want to say thank you, Patty. I want to thank all of you. And I'll continue to thank you guys. You guys are doing a fantastic job. I just heard Kim McGillick. This was the first Facebook Live she's ever done. She did the video yesterday or the day before yesterday. And I'm like, this is the first one. Good for you. Way to go. Like, oh my goodness. You've got such a great voice and such a great passion for stuff. And this encouraged you to actually get your voice out there. Because if you keep what you do a secret, how will people know? Sam or Harold just said, we're either the best kept secret or we're the worst marketers ever. One of the two, right? I'm a horrible marketer, or this is just a great secret. Well, what if we became better at marketing, better at branding, better at magnetizing people to us, and we became less of a secret and we had more heart smiles around us because people are winning more. They're starting to be empowered. They're starting to be encouraged. They go to bed knowing that tomorrow's going to be a good day, a little better than yesterday. Isn't that fantastic? Think of the hope there. I just met with a lady and she's in a rehab center. She's probably 450 pounds. Now, this is the largest person I've ever worked with. She's got a tracheotomy in there, so she's talking and she's got to time her talking and breathing and stuff. I've never worked with somebody that large. And I'm sitting there with no legs in front of her, and she's telling me, she starts to bring up some of her excuses about how she can't this and can't that. And she literally, in the middle of her conversation, she stops and goes, well, at least I have legs. Like, what's my deal? And I'm thinking, yeah, I don't know. What do you want to do? Let's go do this. Like, sure you're 400 pounds. You want to be 200. Let's start. Let's do this. You're probably going to have to create some new roadmaps in your brain, and you're going to have some new ways of thinking about life. But let's chase what you don't want and stop running. Let's chase what you want and stop just running from what you don't want. And she was just, I don't know, it's fun. So Cassina and I are going to work with her, and that's going to be fun. Anyway, fun things, thinking about the reality that she's a little more hopeful after that conversation than she had been beforehand. And I know each one of you guys know tomorrow's going to be a good day, isn't it? Think about that. Think about where you are in life and what you do. You help people wake up with a smile, knowing that their day is going to have purpose and they're going to be a little healthier. Does that feel awesome? It's like, I don't know. I think it's incredible. So, a couple of things here to think about. Dr. A talked about the special gift. Did everybody get kind of that idea of how to do that? If you've been coaching for a little while and you have some clients that maybe, the new Habits of Health, structured, amazing, awesomeness, comprehensive, life-changing, authorship, blah, 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 all that, this thing. If you have clients that are pre-August, they couldn't have a copy of that because it was just released in August. So what do you think about bringing those people, reaching out to them and saying, hey, I've got a special gift for you. I want to gift this new Habits of Health, this $50 system to you. And if you're killing it with your health, way to go. If you're struggling with your XYZ, whatever your goals are, what do you say we give it another shot? Because we've upgraded our system and I've learned so much about coaching. Let's see, and I'm going to gift you this book, and you can take your dash for cash and invest it. With 5 clients, you make an extra $250. Well, 50 times 5. I don't know, is that 250? 50 times 5? Yeah, I think it is. 51. Yeah, it's 250. I don't know. That's kind of interesting. So, anyway, there's an idea. Does that make sense to you guys? Now, if you haven't been coaching very long, you may not have clients that are inactive. So, that's a couple of those things. You can actually run a report if you guys need help on how to do that. I can show you how to do it. Does anybody not know how to do those inactive reports? Been around long enough, maybe. I don't want to necessarily go through it now, but you can go into your client support and then run a report starting from the day, anything prior to August 11th. And those people will qualify for the dash, as well as getting them back on board and securing their health for the holidays. Any questions so far? No? Okay. Awesome. These are just some pointers that came out with me, and I love if you're not following up, you're working way too hard. You've already done the assessment. You've already built a relationship. You've already had a connection with somebody. And if you don't follow up and care about their goals, and you're just starting all anew every time, you're working way too hard. You're building all those relationships again where you could just start off. You already have a relationship with these people. So anyway, I thought that was super, super exciting. And lastly, I wanted to talk just a little bit about the idea of a dash, a December or whatever holiday dash power hour. And Harold and Sam talked about doing a little blitz where basically you just kind of set aside, do a little work group. So tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Pacific, I'm going to do a 2-hour work session. Well, we're going to just connect with people, care about people, contend for people, follow up with people, build relationships, get a bunch of messages out, and hopefully help people to secure their holidays with a little bit of buffer to losing some progress in their own health journeys, and showing up at Christmas time, and their Christmas present is their personal health, that they feel better, that they feel more solid, that they have some new routines and habits. So tomorrow from 7 a.m. to 9, so that'd be 7 Pacific to 9. I'm sorry, Cassina, I couldn't get it before you started work because it's like 4 a.m. for me. So We could do a late night session, do 3 a.m., right? Um, yeah, go ahead, Eileen.
Yeah, I won't be able to be there either, but are you going to record it so that if we look back, maybe we can get some tips?
Sure.
not?
It's not really going to be anything revolutionary, but I will stream it into the coaches group. But it's really just going to be, hey, it's just some basic stuff. Let's create a post. Everybody, you alive? And everybody create a before and after picture of yourself, a new one that's current, because your old one's old. But we'll do some basic things, and I'm going to try to have another one of those probably on Friday. But we're going to do a few of those, and then starting in December.
Oh yeah, Friday would be awesome because I'm off on Friday, so
yeah, great.
That'd be great if it works and you've got more even more other people interested. I'm interested in Friday.
Great.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, and you know what? You did say something. I wanted to get a word in if I could about what we've been getting from the 28-day challenge. Yeah. I love the daily videos, live videos, and focusing on the subject, and also telling people put your goal in and then come back at the end of the day and say. I think it really kind of, when people post that, it encourages other people too.
Yeah, I'm glad. Thanks for that feedback, Eileen. That's really good to know. That was our intention, and it sounds like a lot of you are seeing that engagement. I don't know. One of the things that Mandy talked about is she made a big statement. I'm going to do 30 days of climbing the sandhill, and I won't go a day without climbing it once. And there was some times she got out there and climbed it 5 times, right? And when she put it out there, she almost like obligated herself to actually follow through. Because I didn't just keep my goal in my mind. Who's done this? You can raise your hand if you've done this. You have some time in your life where what you've done is you go to bed the night before, and you have, I'm going to start my workout program tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. And that alarm goes off, and you're the only one that knows about it. And so you reach over and you hit snooze, and you say, tomorrow's going to be the day. Right? Who's done that? Right? Right? I'm telling you what. But in the that morning, for me, I don't know what happened, but somebody swapped my bed out, and they put the perfect bed underneath me that next morning. And I don't know how I got the temperature perfect, but oh my goodness, this is the best perfect in my pillow. My pillow is the perfect softness it's ever been. And I just need that 30 more minutes. It's so important to me, right? That happens. But if I shared my goal with somebody else, it changes things. Especially if I've asked them to show up at my house at 6 a.m. I may wait till 5:55, but I'm getting up and I'm going to be at that door before they knock. I'm telling you what, when you share your goals with somebody else, it changes it. It changes it. So we're better together. Excellent. So last thing up is I want to talk about the next challenge. Does anybody have any more? By the way, thank you, Carrie. I know I see you here, and I see Lynn Ann. I see Mandy. I think Amber's done a couple of these, and I can't remember who else. But you guys helped me. You helped put the content into, Amy has done some as well. You guys helped fill up the content that is now being delivered to our 28-day challenge. So there are a bunch of scheduled posts, and it was all nicely done. And I will say it was so funny because Lynn Ann said this to me. She said, it seems like the content that we're putting in there is just the normal 3x3, the recipe, the encouraging post, and the before and after. It seems like the normal thing we've been doing for years. And I said, yeah, but why mess with success? That's what works. And before I go into too much more detail, Patty, I would love for you to come off mute, because you said something actually brought me to tears. Dang it. And Patty said something about posting last holiday season. I took a chance at people possibly having some odd opinions about how much I was posting success stories. And I said, it doesn't matter. I don't care what people say. If they think I'm posting too many success stories, they can unfollow me, whatever. And Patty, you had something in there that you had posted, and I'd love for you to kind of share that with us.
Okay, I might have to mute. I have 3 dogs here that keep barking, but
No
they're
problem.
quiet right now.
Yep.
But yeah, so when you were talking about that Saturday morning, I kind of realized that that's what kind of caught my attention, because last holiday season, I wanted to go to sleep on before Thanksgiving and wake up February 1st.
Oh, wow.
Because I didn't want to go through that whole season without my husband for the first year.
Yeah.
And so that was very emotional. And so by seeing your post, and I think the more I saw him, and it wasn't like we didn't have any conversations on Facebook. So I don't know why I kept seeing them, but probably because you did so many of them.
Yeah.
And then, you know, it was like I think right after Black Friday, it was like, I have to reach out to you. And I think I don't know if you remember, but I think I was like, Craig, whatever you have, I didn't know what it was. I knew you're a health coach. I need it. Because at that point in my life, I was so desperate. And so I know other people are that desperate. And so, and now I'm emotional about it. But, but we have to realize that what we have here is just a gift. And I have to realize what I have is a gift, and other people need it just as much as I did last year. And so
think of the hope you have, and you've already gotten to your healthy weight and you're killing it, like, and now you're moving on to what's next. And I just went back to the beginning. It was 8/5 of 2016 was one time that we talked, and then it jumped all the way to 11/14/2018.
right, because it was at the reunion that I talked originally to you.
It says, hi, Craig. I'd like to get some information on your health plan that you use with all your successful clients. Please send me the details. Thanks. I said, hello, man, it's great to hear from you. I have many ways to help people. And the first step really is to talk about what you'd like to have. And it'd be great to reconnect with you. Let's talk on Thursday at noon. And you said, okay. Anyway, that literally is how it all worked. It's pretty simple. Anyway, so thank you. By the way, you may not know how much you've blessed me by being able to be your coach and being able to see you transform and to see you have hope for a bigger future. And that now your dreams are, your plan A job is becoming plan B.
Right.
And your plan B coaching is moving into plan A. And it's like the dreams that I see in you are just deeply inspiring. So thank you for your example. Ooh, boy, that's a tearjerker. Pull it together. So let's talk a little bit. Actually, I wanted to pause for a minute because I know some of you guys have stories that are similar to that as well. And I'm curious if you guys have some stories about maybe how you got involved. It's always good to hear the real, like actual real story. Because we were all someone's client at one point, and then we decided to jump in and make a difference in the world. Does anybody else want to share their story?
I want to say that I jumped in this program because I watched Patty at work, and I knew what she had just gone through. And she was doing it with grace.
Mm.
She had lost her husband with Grace,
Mm-hmm.
and she was committed to being the best human being that she could possibly be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it attracted me to the program that she was doing, and I wanted part of it. I wanted to be happy again. I figured if she's gone through what she's going through, and she's living her life with Grace, that I could do it with my little problems that I have in this world.
Oh, so good.
I love you, Patty.
So
I love
good.
you too, darling.
Mm. We all have a fun story. Think of the folks. Think of the conversations and the different things that you are going to do, the actions you will take that will be these future stories. I don't know who the people are going to be that are going to join us, but I can't wait to meet them. I can't wait to meet the future Casinas, the Debbies, the Linans. Think about you guys. One day I didn't know you, and now I do. And here you are, right? And it's such a blast working with all you guys. And so as we take actions over the next holiday season, whatever that looks like, and as we put ourselves out there to talk about our life, to talk about the hope that we have, to talk about the things we're learning, to share our challenges, our struggles, to show up real and authentically, we're going to attract people that want real and that want to have that hope that you guys have. And then they're going to join us, and their hearts are going to start to smile more, and they're going to create a community here where people get to win. They'll jump into January with a little present they gave themselves, and it's the gift of health and a growing healthy mindset, and potentially, if they join us on our mission, healthier finances, abundant finances. That sounds fantastic. And I know it's funny because I talk to some of you and you tell me about the reality of how things are, and I'm like, stop. Are you hearing yourself? All I hear is hope in your voice. Have you shared that? Casina, you and I have this conversation a lot because it's so normal to be so good that you almost forget how it used to be. Casina said she came back from this transformation summit that we were just at. She used to really love the people she worked with and the environment until she got exposed to the environment that we're in now. And then she comes back to work and she's like, well, it's very different here. Like, I love being around these agents of transformation, these people that think about the world differently. And she's looking for different things now. She's getting some upgrades. I don't know. This is super good. So, all right. So we're going to button it up here pretty quick. The next challenge is going to start on December 2nd. So we're going to have a little bit of a break because the current one ends on the 24th. So that'd be Sunday, the 24th. So we got 7 days to go, which means there's 7 more days to invite people to something. 7 days on this bus is better than 0 days on this bus, right? So we can continue to invite people. Now, one of the things about inviting people, I want to have some clarity here so you guys understand this. Inviting people is not going to Facebook and clicking a button. Technically, that invites them. But that's not an invitation the Optavia way. An invitation is, hey, Patty, I've decided to enter this 28-day challenge. And you could say, hey, I've decided to enter this 1-week challenge. It's a prep for the challenge that starts in December. And I'm getting a lot of value out of it. And I'm wondering if you'd be interested in joining me to maybe get a little more healthy through the holidays, because I know it's a challenge for me. And then you just say something like, you don't need to give me a deep response. Just give me a quick yes or no now, and I'll send you and I'll invite you. And if they say yes, Then you go to Facebook, you click on the invitation button, then you go write them down on your tracker, and then you click send invite. Now you're watching for them that day to see if they've actually requested to join or if they're in the challenge. Once they're in the challenge, which you can go see the new members, then you go tag them in the welcome video, which says, take this assessment and schedule a goal session with your coach. We do that for everybody. That's a proper invitation to get people involved. I know I've just clicked on that button and I've invited them. And they got an anonymous, maybe it's not an anonymous, they got some random invitation to something they know nothing about that doesn't have any relationship ahead of it or around it. And they were just invited by a digital invitation on Facebook. So I'm guilty of that. That's not the way that it works. It's not the best way to build what we're trying to do here. So just think about sending a text or a phone call or a Facebook Messenger message and letting them kind of, how are you? Hey, I was doing this thing. Does this sound value to you? If it is, join me. And then you go through that process. So now that we have 1 week left, the next challenge is going to start on the 2nd, and it's going to go through the 29th. So that'll be however many weeks that is. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's 4 weeks. So it'll be another 28-day challenge. And then guess what? We're going to start another one on probably January 6th. And then that'll be another 28 days. And so the December challenge is going to be, this was called a Healthy Self 28-day challenge. It's going to be Healthy Self Holiday Edition. And we're going to have a lot of holiday content, some holiday recipes, the green bean casserole, the healthy pumpkin pie. I don't know if there is one, but I'm sure there is.
Yes, there is. But can I interject something?
Please, Martin's the master on some of these things. So go ahead, Martin.
Please, I beg you, throw away the green bean casserole.
Just throw it away.
It shows up on every table and it goes home with some undeserving soul.
That's hilarious. So there you go. Martin doesn't like the green bean casserole. So anyhow, maybe not a lot of people like it. So anyway, we're going to get you some healthy recipes through the thing. There'll be healthy content. There'll be social situations. There'll be tactics and tips. Sometimes you get to a holiday situation and everybody's got a drink in their hand. Well, some seltzer water with a little lime, and you can walk around all night, and it's no calories, and you are enjoying the party. And you're going to leave there.
Martini glass with seltzer and a little lemon twist. You're Perfect. Covered.
Yep.
I think you're.
The one thing that the person that chooses that will go home with is satisfaction and one of those nailed my goals. The people that choose to drink will go home going, okay, do over. What? I mean, it's not the end of the world, but you'll just get an option. So we're going to have a lot of that content. There'll be a lot of the Facebook Lives that are around social eating situations, how to bring people onto your team, how to enjoy family gatherings with a twist. Oddly enough, the holiday meals are pretty healthy. Turkey, some type of a salad, green bean casserole. But there are some things that you can do that are actually pretty easy to get a lean and green. And it's just a couple little modifications. Cauliflower mash. There's a number of things you can do that are, it's pretty easy to have a traditional lean and green healthy holiday meal. And there's even there's like a jicama bake. It's like an apple cobbler, but it's made with jicama and cinnamon. Excellent. So there's a number of things you can do to have just little tweaks on the common recipes. So we're going to have a lot of that stuff there. So I'm telling you all this because you'll know about the content, and obviously we're going to have about 10 days to get people queued up and ready to go. And then a couple of other things that we want to do is we want to encourage the people that are posting and creating comments and content, right? So a lot of people are posting. Sometimes when we come in, if we hadn't been in there all day, there's a lot of chatter. So the next challenge is going to be a slight tweak where we're going to have intentional postings and you'll be able to comment on the post. So it'll be contextualized with this post or this idea. And then the people that are in the challenge will be able to comment below that. So it'll be much more condensed. There'll still be plenty of conversation, but it'll be contextualized and not as random and as unfiltered as it
Can I
is.
have a thought on that then?
Yeah.
And it's kind of occurred to me. I'm in a couple of the Facebook groups, and they throw out something. They'll do a roll call. So instead of just, we'll have say 3 or 4 specific posts, but then have a question that's thrown out looking for comments where it's not associated with a post. What's going well today? What's a celebration? Yep. And
Perfect.
so then they can comment in a random factor. A random comment could be in a specific area.
Perfect. Well, and it'll be like, state your goals for the day. Boom, boom, right?
Yeah.
AM goals, PM goals, and things like that. Yeah, these are great ideas. And that way, when people jump into the challenge, they'll be able to see like contextual, well, you're going to have the topics so you can filter anything by topics. But anyway, and there'll be recipes in there, a new set of recipes. And so a couple of the things that I want to do for you guys is I will be putting, I haven't created it yet, Dawn. Dang it. We talked about doing something. I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to create a form for the next challenge for folks that want to contribute to it, want to have some fun, looking for some before and after pictures. We've got a number of different things that are going to be necessary for the next challenge to have all the content up to speed. And I'm going to give you kind of a list, but I mean, I'm going to have a form so you can put your name in there and then what you would like to do. And I want you to know that if you don't know how to do it, I will make sure you get the proper training to be successful. Is that a deal? Yes, that's a deal. Okay. So I think my internet froze for just a second there, but I'll make sure you guys get whatever kind of training that you need to be successful. And so some of the things, topics are going to be recipes, before and afters, inspirational quotes, the daily tip, and then Facebook Live videos, and then having some people help me in hosting the huddles. So I'll put that in the team chat, and then I'll also put that on the Optimal Health Coach page. Questions?
Speaking of the huddle, on one of them that's closest to the holiday, maybe we should do a holiday party huddle and everybody come in their holiday clothing.
So dress up. I love it.
That sound like fun?
That sounds fantastic. We've done that before, and it was called, instead of a workshop, it was called a fun shop, and we all dressed. I went out and spent $50 on all these costumes. It's hilarious. But anyway, so yes, I think it's fun, and I have all my costumes.
Or we could also do incorporate some recipes, some healthy recipes for that one too.
Mm-hmm.
We can be bringing in
Yeah.
to our huddle.
I was going to say that too. Maybe you could show something, and then we could post the recipe. Here's this is what I made, and post the recipe down below in the comments.
I'm curious to hear from you guys, because right now we've been having them at Saturdays at 8 a.m. I don't know if that's the best time to do a huddle. I think the evening might be good for some, but the evenings tend to be less predictable. But we could have the huddle anytime. I mean,
as long as it's not during the duck game.
Oh, why that's Yeah. So, I mean, we could have it, anyway, we'll talk. I don't know what the best time to have it is. 8 a.m. We could do it at 7 a.m. But um, I'd like to see more people participate in it, and that would just might be more encouragement that of how it's happening and get people dialed in. The challenge we're currently having, I'll come to you in a minute here, Kelly. The challenge that we've currently done is almost like was the training grounds for the next challenge that we're going to have, because we've all got some training. We're all pretty good with the protocol. We're going to keep almost everything the same with just a few tweaks. And I think because of that, the next challenge will be even more successful. I want to challenge you all. Let's have 1,000 people. We had almost 700 in the current one. Let's go for 1,000. I mean, I don't know. I think it sounds like a fantastic idea.
Might as well.
You might as well. Kelly, you're up. You have to come off mute. Okay. Whoop. One more time. There you go. Now I can hear you.
I appreciate the training, Craig, to get us all up to speed.
Mhm.
What I was going to tell you, last Saturday, it was fine getting on at the 7 o'clock, but I tried to get back on a few times at the 8 o'clock meeting, and it said my computer was locked out. Did anybody else have that problem?
I was trying to keep you from all the magic that we were about to happen.
Oh.
So I wrote a program that blocked you out. No, actually, that was my fault. And I had the previous meeting on lock, and I didn't realize that once you stopped the meeting and started a new one, that it kept it locked until Martin sent me a text and said, "Are you going to let me in?" And I was like,
okay.
So that was my fault, and I learned. Nothing personal.
Yeah. No worries. Well, thanks, Martin. Martin's a genius, I think.
Yep, Martin. He's like an Einstein, if you will.
Yeah. Martin, I think you remind me of Albert Einstein.
That's right. Go ahead, Martin. Guy? You had your hand up. Go ahead, Martin.
Was he the smart guy?
He is pretty smart.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I just want to make sure it wasn't the guy who failed 1,000 times first.
That's right.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, when you're talking about changing up the huddles on Saturday and having more people participate, what if the people that were doing the videos during the week, they participated and gave a recap of what their topic was during the huddle?
That's a fantastic. Yep. Yes, that's
So then they get a chance to be better.
Yeah, they could be better, and bottom line, it's going to help the people doing the lives be even take their content and then share it again in context, and then we can have a nice flow. All of this is building your skill sets. Everybody here has done something new because of this challenge, like all of you guys, and it's been really great. So, all right. Well, so that's about all that I know as far as now goes. I hope you guys took good notes on the Sam and Harold Prestenbach and the things they talked about, different ideas that you can do things. I thought the one message for someone that you've done a health assessment on but didn't say yes. I don't know about you, but I got a lot of people that said not yets. I don't know. Anybody else? Am I the only one? Yeah. A lot of you had not yets. And he just said, it's been a while, right? And he says, I'm not sure what you've been up to.
Sorry, he said, congratulations. It's been 30 days.
Yes, that was that was the hack. Yep. And then so there was two that he had talked about. Exactly. It's been 30 days since we talked about XYZ goal. If you're still interested, let's talk again. And then another one says, it's been a while, not sure what you've been up to. I see that you have, because you went and looked at their Facebook. Not sure if you hit your goal of XYZ. If you have, awesome. If not, I tell you, I've upgraded my skills and we've gotten much better with our transformation system. I'd love to see what we can do together. I also have a special incentive I'd love to chat with you about. Something along those lines. That's for people that basically are inactive or post clients. Post clients? Yeah. So if you want to work through that tomorrow, wherever you're at during your day, 7 a.m. Pacific, we'll be spending a couple hours doing that. And I'd love to, we'll figure out how many people we can get out, because there's a huge incentive for a lot of things that we can get done. So anything else you guys would like to add? Maybe a question or an idea, or even a
Craig,
success. Yes, who's that?
it's Debbie. Can you see me?
Debbie, I cannot see you. Or you got a
I
maybe
know. I
hand.
don't know what's going on with my camera. It's got its little light on, but it's not working. So
Yep,
oh well.
that's all
I'll
right.
fix it.
I know you will.
Oh shoot. Okay. Oh, are you gonna post the picture? What's this? Okay, hang on.
I'm trying to
Craig's
fix it.
sending me.
I doubt it will.
No.
Anyway, okay.
I gotta check the connection. It's probably the
Yep.
connection. I gotta
So what-
unplug and plug the computer in.
Good thing you
But,
didn't hack her camera when she was in the restroom, man.
Yes. Well, I just sent an invitation to start her camera. Clearly, she's already has. Anyway.
Yes.
So back to you, Debbie. What was your
Would you be so kind to post mute Martin first? No, I'm just kidding. Could you post the training
the training from the
like you did? Like yes, from
It's already
that would
been
be
done.
awesome. Just you can't see me. I'm clapping right now. Great,
Yes,
because it was
it's
so
already been done.
convenient that last week's was right there, and
Yeah.
it would be awesome. So
Each week,
thank you.
I live stream it into our Facebook page, the field-led training. So actually, one other little thing I'm just going to go over, because you may not know about this, but I'm just going to share my screen and I'm just going to show you something, because some of you may not know. And if you don't know, how will you know? So our coaching page starts now with coach. I know that seems so intuitive, but it says optimal health coach, Blanchett organization, but it just starts with coach. Of course, there's a graphic here that says health coach, which is also kind of fun. And the client Facebook page now starts with client. So that might help you. I don't know if you guys have done this, but when you pull up the optimal well-being community, you click on more, and you can go in here like this, and you can click on pin to shortcuts. This is on the computer, not on your phone, but you can do it on your phone too. And you go pin to shortcuts, and then it will show up here in your shortcuts. And you notice one of these says coach in front of it, and one of these says client in front of it. So that's just a little way, but this is our health coach page. And that's the thing that Debbie was just asking about. Here's a new coach that Mary Greer's team. Deanne Stanton. Fantastic. Here's that fun little post from Patty that I was talking about. Here's a little thing that Terry Miller posted out. Good stuff. Some more stuff about the incentive. Anyway, lots of little things on here that you may want to spend a little bit of time reading here. We try not to have too much stuff here, but we try to have the necessary stuff. So if you haven't come here, you don't come here regularly, you may want to click on this, and you may want to have it in your notifications, have it notify you when there's something new posted there. This is one of the primary ways that I communicate to all of you, and that you guys can connect with each other. So, all right. I think that's going to do it. Anybody else? Did I miss any important things? Okay. Well, then we're going to finish up. Oh, we're not even early anymore. Now it's right at 7. So we'll see you guys next time. And hopefully we'll see many of you tomorrow morning. If not live, then you can watch it on the replay and just do what we did. One thing's for sure, though, is if you don't make the time. It probably won't jump into your schedule and just happen. I know that pumpkin pie does just jump into your mouth. I know that happens. But the time to actually invest into other people won't just happen. You'll have to make it happen. It's just the way it goes. So we'll see you guys tonight, or I mean tomorrow morning, and thanks for joining us tonight. Good night, everybody.